Here's a chapter outline for the book High Psychology Secrets, designed to captivate readers with mysterious stories, actionable insights, and a practical approach to mastering psychological tricks for success. Chapter 1: The Mirror Effect, Unlocking Hidden Influence. Story: Aiden finds a cryptic journal in a library that describes the mirror effect, a little-known technique used by covered influencers to build connections instantly. Content: This chapter reveals the science of mirroring, where subtly reflecting someone's body language, tone, and gestures builds rapport and trust. Studies show this technique can help people feel deeply connected to us within minutes. Action Plan: 1. Observe and mirror. Encourage readers to practice mimicking subtle gestures and tone. 2. Mirror in conversations. Guide readers to try mirroring in daily interactions and note any changes. 3. Journal reflections. Ask them to reflect on how people's behavior changes in response. Chapter 2: The Illusion of Choice, Subconscious Persuasion Techniques. Story: Aiden meets a former magician who teaches him the illusion of choice, a powerful tactic used by marketers and negotiators to guide decisions without others realizing it. Content: This chapter uncovers techniques like framing and anchoring, which manipulate perception to guide choices. The illusion of choice makes people feel in control, though the options have been carefully presented to lead to a specific outcome. Action Plan: 1. Practice anchoring. Suggest exercises to anchor ideas by starting conversations with strong statements. 2. Use framing techniques. Encourage readers to reframe options to make their preferred choice look more appealing. 3. Observe reactions. Track how people respond differently when given carefully framed options. Chapter 3: The Power of the Pause, Silence as a Weapon. Story: During a tense negotiation, Aiden meets a mysterious negotiator who wins by using strategic silence. This person shows Aiden the secret power of the pause. Content: Explores the psychological impact of silence. Pausing at critical moments exerts silent pressure, creates space for others to reveal more, and subtly shifts the balance of power. Research shows that silence often makes others feel compelled to speak, filling the void with valuable information. Action Plan: 1. Practice pauses. Guide readers to insert pauses during conversations, especially when asking questions. 2. Silent reflection. Encourage periods of silence before responding to difficult questions. 3. Test reactions. Challenge readers to use silence strategically and note any power shifts. Chapter 4: The Halo Effect, How to Influence Judgments Unconsciously. Story: Aiden notices a pattern where people tend to be more generous with those they find attractive or successful. He discovers the halo effect, a psychological phenomenon that shapes our judgment. Content: discusses the halo effect, where positive qualities like attractiveness or charisma influence how others perceive unrelated traits, like intelligence or trustworthiness. This chapter explains how to use this effect to create a lasting positive impression. Action Plan: 1. Polish the first impression. Encourage focusing on initial appearance and attitude. 2. Associate positives. Guide readers to speak about their strengths early to activate the halo effect. 3. Observe bias. Suggest observing how the effect shapes interactions with others. Chapter 5. The decoy effect. The secret of hidden influence. Story. Aiden meets a brilliant economist who teaches him how to influence decisions by introducing a decoy option. He learns that adding a carefully chosen third choice can nudge people to the option he wants them to choose. Content explains the decoy effect, where an additional, less attractive option guides people toward a target choice. Used in everything from sales to politics, it subtly manipulates decisions. Action plan. 1. Create a decoy. Teach readers to add a third, less appealing option to influence choices. 2. Practice with low-stakes choices. Suggest testing this technique with everyday decisions. 3. Observe patterns. Encourage journaling reactions to see if others pick the preferred choice. Chapter 6. The power of reverse psychology. Pushing by pulling. Story. Aiden observes a child psychologist who gets children to do things by forbidding them. Fascinated, he learns how reverse psychology taps into the universal desire to resist limits. Content. Reverse psychology is a persuasion technique that plays on the innate desire for autonomy. People often rebel when told they can't do something, making them more likely to do it. Action plan. 1. Frame suggestions in reverse. Suggest presenting actions as off-limits to encourage compliance. 2. Use with caution. Explain when and where to use this without coming off as manipulative. 3. Experiment and reflect. Encourage readers to track how others respond when reverse psychology is applied. Chapter 7. The placebo effect. Belief as a tool for self-transformation. Story. Aiden meets a mysterious healer who explains how people can heal themselves with the power of belief alone. The healer tells stories of individuals who achieved incredible outcomes simply by believing they would. Content discusses the placebo effect, where believing in a treatment's effectiveness can create real improvements. This chapter explores the mind's power over physical reality and how to leverage belief for personal transformation. Action plan. 1. Create positive affirmations. Teach readers to develop powerful affirmations that align with their goals. 2. Visualize success. Encourage daily visualization exercises. 3. Believe in the process. Challenge readers to approach each day with a belief in their personal growth. Chapter 8. The Pygmalion Effect. Becoming who you believe you are. Story. Aiden encounters a teacher who transforms struggling students by simply believing in their potential. The teacher shares how her high expectations empower her students to achieve more. Content. The Pygmalion effect demonstrates how high expectations can inspire people to improve performance, while low expectations may limit growth. This chapter teaches readers to set high standards for themselves and others, leveraging this psychological boost. Action plan. 1. Set high self-expectations. Encourage readers to raise personal standards in areas they wish to improve. 2. Positive self-talk. Suggest practicing daily affirmations that reinforce high expectations. 3. Encourage others. Guide readers to raise expectations for people around them, fostering mutual growth. Chapter 9. The Fear of Missing Out. FOMO. Turning urgency into action. Story. Aiden learns a strange trick from a marketing expert who explains how the fear of missing out drives powerful, often irrational decisions. Content. This chapter explores the psychology behind FOMO, which activates people's desire to seize opportunities before they disappear. By creating urgency and scarcity, FOMO can drive decision-making. Action plan. 1. Set urgent goals. Guide readers to create personal deadlines to drive action. 2. Use time limits. Encourage self-imposed deadlines or countdowns for productivity. 3. Test with others. Suggest readers try sparking FOMO in others by emphasizing limited time offers or opportunities. Chapter 10. Cognitive Dissonance. The Secret to Internal Transformation. Story. Aiden meets a counselor who explains that discomfort and inner conflict are actually tools for change. She tells him how cognitive dissonance has transformed lives by pushing people to align their actions with their beliefs. Content. Cognitive dissonance occurs when actions and beliefs don't align, creating discomfort that motivates change. This chapter shows readers how to use dissonance to reinforce new habits and behaviors. Action plan. 1. Challenge current beliefs. Encourage readers to list beliefs that no longer serve them. 2. Take small steps toward change. Suggest actions that align with their new beliefs. 3. Reflect on changes. Guide readers to track progress, noting moments of discomfort and growth. Each chapter delivers intriguing stories and powerful insights, blending practical steps with fascinating psychological tricks that readers can apply in daily life. The mystery behind each technique keeps readers engaged, while the structured action plans help them bring each trick to life. This audio file was created by Panopreader Basic. You can download it at panopreader.com.